welcome GT for retirees to this weekly challenge ending September 25th, 2025. I also have a whiskey challenge that you'll enjoy first, so stay tuned. As promised for you retirees, this is my old-fashioned drink using the Combo Joy Whiskey Smoker Kit, which my wife bought for me. It has flavored wood chips, a torch lighter, barrel net strainer, and I used 2 ounces of Woodford Reserve Whiskey, Amadina Cherry, Angostura Bitters, about 2 to 4 dashes of that, Grand Marnier, about 1/4 to 1/2 ounce, and an orange peel around the edge of the glass and inside the cup with a big ice cube. Stir it up and enjoy. That's it for this week. All right, here we go with the weekly challenge. The first race, I always choose the hardest race, which in this case was the GR Prototype Series at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. And it turned out that this wasn't the hardest race. I used the Red Bull X219 competition. You can see all the settings there. And I was ready to race. It's a 30-minute race, so I guess that's the difficulty for this race, where you have to keep your concentration on all the turns and all the speeds. So it's a fast race. You got to make sure you're on the brakes quickly. You know, step on the brake and release really quick, and just stay with the cars without losing control on the turns, and making sure that when you pass, you don't hit anybody. So this was my strategy, basically. You know, make sure I don't hit anybody, and I pass them cleanly, and don't lose it on the turns. This car has amazing control on the turns, so that wasn't a big problem. And the one thing that I did find out is that the fuel consumption was really high on this car. So when I was cruising around, passing everybody, that was great, as you can see. You know, making sure that I brake on time. And you know, you saw the full first lap, how I ended up passing quite a few cars and doing very well. And again, the fuel level was at 1 for this, but then I had to stop on lap 4 for gas. I almost missed it too, but I stopped for lap 4, and then what I ended up doing, as soon as I got back on, and you can see I got a penalty because I crossed all the pit lanes going in. Like I said, I almost missed the pit. At that point, that would have been disastrous. I would have had to start all over. Anyway, I changed my fuel level to 6, and then I was able to limit the amount of times that I had to stop for gas. And as you can see, it turned out to be nighttime by the time this race finished. And the best thing is, which I've never done before, not only did I win this race, but I lapped everyone by 2 laps, almost everyone. I lapped them by 2 laps. So this was awesome, and this was the hardest race, but it wasn't that hard. 320,000 credits. Next race was the Evolution meeting at Autodromo Nazionale Monza. So I used the Lancer Evolution 9 MR GSR 06 with you can see the racing soft tires. So check out all the settings. This car does have an engine swap, so you'll see when I drive, I kind of you got to take it easy on the gas when you do an engine swap, because it's I guess a major engine change on these cars. So that's about the only thing I need to watch out for when I use these cars with engine swaps. So if you need to know how to do an engine swap, I can show you, but just let me know on comments. So at any rate, so this race, as you can see, the car runs really well. I speed up and pass everyone fairly easily at the start. Make sure I don't crash, make sure I don't hit anybody. although sometimes you have to be a little bit aggressive with other races. Not this one in particular, but this one I just made sure I've had enough room to pass everybody, and was very conservative as far as making sure I didn't do anything crazy, especially on these tight turns, except for that one right there. Kind of scraped the guy a little bit, but that was okay. But at any rate, this race wasn't that challenging once I got the right car. And as always, I have a whole bunch of cars and use different ones. And the settings that you can see and that I use, unless I just go ahead and do whatever on the settings, I'll use ChatGPT and just say what setting should I use for this race on Gran Turismo 7. And I put the car also. I want to use this type of car for this specific race. What are my settings? That'll give me a good idea. But at any rate, finished up this race. Again, I always go for first on all these. And as you can see there, my time is pretty good. First place, get a trophy. Ready for race number 3, which is the Skyliner GTR 1 make Grand Valley Highway 1. I use a Nissan R32 GTR for this. And I'm sorry I didn't put all the settings for this, because with this race I think I actually used a different car in the beginning, or I used hard tires. I think I used hard tires and lost, so then I went back and raced it with soft tires. Yeah, that's what it was. I used soft tires for this one. And yeah, it worked out pretty well. This one's very competitive. Maybe because it's all one make. The cars were pretty solid. And yeah, as you can see there, I mean, I'm having a little trouble passing this guy, and then take a wide turn because I went too fast. But yeah, eventually, I was able to kind of use my power to my advantage, especially on the straighter areas. On the curves, I had to just kind of coast as much as possible, but I was able to pass everyone, get in and out of these turns with some safety. Sometimes they're just too aggressive, but anyway, finished first, did well. Again, good timing on this race. This one was a little bit challenging. It was a lot of fun. So we go from fun races to races I don't like, which is this one. This is a Japanese four-wheel drive challenge at Fisherman's Ranch, which is a dirt track. And how I hate dirt tracks. Anyway, I used this WRX STI Type S 2014. You can see all the settings there. The adjustments on the manual, I believe, I wasn't sure it was this car, but I know there was another car where I set it up for dirt, and I used ChatGPT, and it suggested I kind of put all the gears kind of close and ride as much as I could on third gear. But this one, I just kind of winged it a little bit, and it worked out fairly well. But dirt tracks are something I really don't like. But as far as the racing goes, gotta do them. So yeah, I'm sure we'll get a snow race next week. So anyway, this race is the dirt race, and you can see there how I'm bouncing around all over the place. I made sure I didn't flip the car over, although right there, I mean, I just couldn't avoid those cars. And you get bumped around quite a bit, and it just drives me crazy. But Anyway, it's a lot of fun either way, and it's very noisy, and there's a lot of feedback on the steering wheel on these, which makes it more realistic, and there's a lot of noise going on. I have to do this when either my wife is out or she's watching TV or something like that, because my steering wheel makes a lot of noise for these dirt races. Anyway, finished first, did okay, passed that guy um, at the very end, and did well. And for those of you that will be watching my videos and subscribing, you'll see that my last race is always the first race, which is in this case, it's the Sunday Cup. I used a car I hadn't driven before, a Lamborghini, and there was an engine swap that I did. I think when I got this car, I already had an engine for it, so I swapped it. But it's a Lamborghini Huracan LP 610 2015, and I'm racing against PP 380 cars, and yeah, it's like I'm the bully of the track. So here I go, just passing everyone very easily. My whole challenge at this point was don't hit the wall and don't hit the cars, and finish the race as fast as possible. But making sure that the biggest challenge was not to hit anybody. So that was my only challenge. Otherwise, it's passing these commuter cars. It's like driving on traffic. But there it is. Finish first. Weekly challenge all done. Pretty cool. Enjoy. See you all next week.